Pricing. All right. Give me, I want to hear from maybe 4 or 5 of you, a challenge you're having pricing in the market right now in Albuquerque. Yes, ma'am. Speak loud.
Oh, don't worry.
I was going to say, you look like you can. I think you can.
I had a house that I listed in April for $1.67 million.
Yep.
And I had hardly anybody come all summer. It was so difficult, even though I advertised extensively. I don't know if I used too much detail because this is a high-tech house.
So have you sold it yet? Or is it still struggling?
Just now, just recently. So
Just now.
we had it lowered to 1.45.
All right, so
It just takes a unique buyer for this particular kind of house.
let me put a little drop in what she just said in case y'all didn't hear. She's got a $1.5 million property, and it's been on the market. Okay, what are you guys seeing in the 200s and 300s price range? They're gone. They're flying off the market, right? So even in a market that's growing and exciting and, things are happening really fast, not every house, obviously it's a cool house with all that technology and stuff. Not every house sells quickly. Okay, awesome. Yes, what challenge?
We have low inventory. So we're seeing from representing buyers that we are showing a lot of houses that can bid out.
Low inventory, so you're showing the houses to buyers, and then you're putting in an offer. You kind of got to. If you don't put in an offer, you definitely won't get the house, but then you're getting bid out. That has been my market since 2012.
And then they don't appraise.
And then they don't appraise. I got you guys. We're going to talk about that. I got you. All right. Yes, ma'am.
I'm representing a property in the East Mountains, which is notoriously slow and lower in price than the rest of the area.
Okay.
And it's now represented by an attorney out of Seattle, the Seattle market, who thinks he knows our market better than anybody in Albuquerque, and he's telling me that he thinks that the house is worth $300,000, and I'm telling him it's worth under $200,000.
So y'all might not have heard her. She's representing a listing in the East Mountains, and she feels like it's worth around $200,000, but she has an out-of-town influencer, okay, someone representing the property who thinks it's worth around $300,000. We're going to have tools for you today. It is called data in extreme, okay? Lots of data for your influencer. Awesome. Thank you. Yes?
Pricing for sellers is difficult because they do sell so quickly. So it's like, they want their question comes back to me. Did you price it too low?
Did you price it too low? Who's heard that question? I know. Okay.
Knowing where to go then.
And knowing where to go. Good. We're going to talk about that. Awesome. All right. One more, and then I got a question for you all.
We just have inconsistencies among our appraisers.
Inconsistencies among appraisers. It's a real thing. And honestly, the appraisers they're a little bit behind the market where you guys are ahead of the market. And we're going to talk about appraisers today. And don't worry, as we get closer to the end of the class, I've got a little section specifically on appraisers. We're going to talk about that today. Okay.
Sellers that think their homes are worth more than they are.
Sellers that think their homes are worth more than they are.
Never.
But let me ask you this. Going back to what this lady said about, wow, the house sold really quickly. How many of you have worked with a seller who wanted to price their house high, and you went with it, and they got it? Yeah, right? So the sellers, sometimes they've got a good gut too. But the question for us is, how do we find that balance between, are they overpricing it foolishly, or is their gut really good, and I'm the one who's not really listening here to what's happening? All right? So that's awesome. We're going to talk about that today.